So your session, it's nice this, yeah, like a traffic metaphor you have here. Stop, think before you test.
That's right.
Could you tell us about that?
The aim of the session is to give teachers the opportunity to reflect on the practice that they currently do and the practice that they like to do in terms of what exam choices they make. Currently, I think a lot of there's a big market for external exams, and people are thinking, well, I know I want to get some evidence of my students' communicative competencies and my students' communication skills, and I need to get this evidence, but I don't know what's the best way to get the evidence. And there are many people holding up flags saying, pick me. The point of this session is to say to people, okay, if you're going to make a choice about what exam you want to use, what considerations must you, what are the considerations? So, for example, we talk about linguistic competencies, discourse competencies, strategic competencies, sociolinguistic competencies, and say, well, your exam should be an opportunity for your candidates or your students to demonstrate the range of competences, but not all exams will do that. So think, stop, look at the exam, look at the format, look at the structure, look at who's talking to who and in what configuration, and that will inform your choice about what's the best exam for your students.
And where do you think teachers can have this discussion, like about tests? You know, like where can there be space for them to reflect on the kind of tests that might be being used at the moment, or which tests to choose? You know, how do you see possibilities for teachers to develop criteria for evaluating tests?
Well, turning up to my session is a good start. It's a forum, and it provides lots of ideas for a process that you can go through, a kind of a checklist of considerations. But I think a lot of the time teachers, whether they like it or not, are forced into making decisions, and sometimes they have to make some really pressured decisions without much information. We are in dialogue, we have Trinity College London are in dialogue with many partner organisations in Turkey and around the world. We're in discussions with the British Council as well with regard to how we can illustrate what we do and compare what we do with other organisations. But I think it's difficult for teachers because they often don't, there's a forced choice, and they often don't have the full information about what choice there is.
And if you look at the backwash effect of tests now compared to 20 years ago, are you optimistic that things are going in the right direction?
Yes, absolutely. And I can say, I mean, really from my own experience, I've been examining with Trinity for the last 10 years, and I can see the change in the candidature that comes through the door. That's in terms of what the students expect is going to happen in the exam, and in terms of the exam, certainly the exam that Trinity does, supporting the communicative language teaching that's going on in the classroom. And you see students leaving the door. I mean, I hear the door opening at the end of an exam, and I hear the student's next comment where they're saying, oh, that was easy, or oh, he's really friendly, or that person came all the way from the UK to talk to me, and I understood everything. And the confidence that's affected, it's just superb. And I can honestly say in the last 10 years, the level of communication and the expectation to communicate is vastly different from when I started.
Great. Well, that's good to hear, Mark, and good luck with your session this afternoon.
Thanks very much.